should always expect a knockout, you know? Don't ever not expect a knockout from Keith One-Time Thurman.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. It's time for This Week in Boxing. A lot of stuff to get through, so let's get started with last night's fights. Let's start with a simple one. Prize fighter. I missed it because I was out for Valentine's Day. Ade.
Yeah, I was out for Valentine's Day as well. But obviously not the result. Prize fight is one of those things that I always feel like it's almost reached its last leg all the time.
Yeah.
But it still seeps churning away and people still enjoy it.
I think everyone likes the format, obviously quick fights, entertaining, you know what I mean? So it also catches the casual viewer. But I think to get to the real boxing fans, sometimes you need a marquee name or a couple star names in there to give it that extra boost.
That's a very good point. The last couple of times, obviously, we've seen James Toney in there. And we've seen how it makes stars. And Chelo Renda was in the final, got knocked out, unfortunately. Let's not forget, he had that war with Martin Murray, I think, in 2008, I think it was. And look where Martin Murray is now. So it can make stars.
Look at Joe Rogan. Mighty Rogan.
Matty Rogan,
yeah.
Harrison's used it a lot of times to kind of propel his career. Every time his career's been down, it can make superstars out of it.
So it's good. Let's go with the controversy. I got a message. When the fights are on, I don't check Twitter, I don't check nothing at all. But one of my boys texted me and said, Ryan, you need to check this fight straight away. Check out the Brian Rose, Carson Jones. And I was like, all right then, something's happened. So came back home this morning, went straight to the fight. What do you think?
Early stoppage. Just. And I mean, just. Ian John Lewis is getting a lot of stick. I think that stoppage almost helps Brian Rose more than it does anyone else. And what I mean is that Eddie Hearn's already said, rematch. And it makes Brian Rose look like the victim. Brian Rose got rocked, turned around, and didn't seem to be defending himself, I thought. So now it makes him look like, we'll give you another go. I think he's getting out lightly because I think he got rocked.
I definitely think he got rocked. I definitely think he was hurt badly, but I'm not being bad. You know already, I'm not a fan of Ian John Lewis in his judging. You know what I mean? Scoring fights is one thing. Being a referee, his decisions are too wishy-washy. One fight, he let one man nearly get killed. One fight, he'll just stop it too early. He kind of jumps in, jumps out. He's half-heartedly, I might stop it, I might not. And I think this was the case of when he stopped it. But again, similar to the Frutch Groves, he knew after he stopped it, maybe it should have been a fraction too early. Because there's that part, it's better on the slow-mo, where Brian Rose seems to get rocked. I think it was a left hook or a right hook, and he kind of turns and he kind of stiffens up for a second, and again, half-heartedly kind of went, nah, and then made it went again, and that's where the controversy goes. If he stopped it instantly right there without the half-heartedness, so I said, he got rocked, it was an instant punch. But because he kind of let it carry on for that extra 1 point of a second, it makes it look bad.
And I'm not sure where Brian Rose goes because Carson Jones is, I wouldn't even class, they said they were nice to Carson. They said Carson Jones is a gatekeeper. He's not a gatekeeper at 154 at all. At all. He's one of those guys like Eddie Hearn, and there's a few of them now that they just bring over to fight.
He's made the name over in the UK, but he's not a name nowhere else.
Anywhere else.
He made the name of the Kell Brook fight.
Yeah, exactly, and that was at 147. Yeah, everyone knew he's had a few fights at light middle, but I'm not sure what Brian Rose does because it was Brian Rose. Even the first 2 minutes, Brian Rose rocked him. He rocked Brian Rose. It was a bit weird. I reckon this fight should be a rematch. And I'm trying to say, like I said, just to settle the controversy. No one was really hurt. No one was rocked. You could put it on the card in 4 weeks. 6 weeks. You want to, I mean, simple as that. Okay, let's start with. I'm not gonna start Al Haymon, but I've got some Al Haymon. 25 years of Tyson and Douglas. I put something on Instagram and Twitter, and I said, you know what? This still ranks for me as the biggest shock in sporting history. Someone came back, I don't like about some fighting fans, the afterthought. At the time, Tyson was this killer. It's easier now in hindsight to say, but Tyson
was a bum, someone will say.
Someone said Tyson was a bum and then hadn't fought anyone. And normally, I'm the kind of person that normally says, but I just didn't even reply. He said, name me one person right now Tyson has fought that's any good. And I was like, Some comments don't really respond to you. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's good. Have your opinion, but I thought that was a little too far. Yeah, it was too far. Tyson a bum. I'm sorry,
but what I like about that fight, though, and it reminds me of what I call, for me personally, the glory times of boxing. That when that fight happened, again, I was
But you understood boxing.
No, I was about 11, 12 years old, yeah. 14. But I remember
14.
but I remember though, in school, Hattie Downs, we were there. The whole school knew Tyson got knocked out. Tyson got knocked out. Your mum, your aunties, your uncles, everyone knew. It was the talk of the whole. It was talk of the what was front page news. I actually remember it be on the Sun.
It was in the Sun.
Like on the Sun, like Tyson knocked out, like KO.
And it showed that same image. Everyone has the black eye and him searching for the gum shield.
Do you remember that? Yeah. I mean, when you can remember a boxing fight that vividly, 25 years later, it tells you the cultural impact it had on the game. And this is what I miss about boxing today. Where right now, if Floyd Mayweather got knocked out with a single punch,
ain't been on the front page.
Or when Pacquiao got knocked out,
it's on the front page.
It's just
It's just boxing news.
It's
not sporting news. It's boxing news. And that's the thing as well. But let's not forget in that fight, Buster Douglas had like a 12-second count.
It must have been like controversial
12-second count. And that it's weird how the littlest things can change history. I've always said as well, everyone talks about MJ and Grand and Madison Square Garden, rightly so, but the biggest fights to me have happened outside of America in terms of Freedom Manila, Rumble in the Jungle, and this one was it Tokyo? Tokyo Dome, I think it was, So the biggest fights don't always have to happen in America.
I tell you one thing I always remember as well, and I'm trying to say, obviously I was a kid, my mum telling everyone that my dad was up all night shouting at TV, get him Buster, get him Buster. That fight had passion. Even if you are a Tyson fan, when you're watching that fight, it draws you in and you appreciate whoever wins the fight.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened to Buster Douglas after. I mean, he lost it straight away to Evander Holyfield. But then,
let's go with Al Haymon, quickly. So, Santa Cruz he stayed with Golden Boy. 2 weeks later, he's been bought out of his contract by Al Haymon.
Yeah.
That just seems so dodgy. But the point I'm catching is though that Santa Cruz said he wants to fight Rigondeaux.
Yeah.
And he said that Al Haymon said it's not a good match for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's saying that he still will fight him, but
you're right. It's a very good point because Rigo's come out with so many like videos and promos and t-shirts. Rigo's come with everything, basically trying to get Santa Cruz to fight. And you're right again when you say Santa Cruz supposedly done a little thing with Oscar De La Hoya a month ago saying, I'm happy to be a Golden Boy. Now he's signed out. De La Hoya has come out as well and said he was trying to make Santa Cruz Rigo, which I actually genuinely believe. De La Hoya's a bit sometimes, but I actually genuinely believe he was trying to make that fight. Al Haymon doesn't want to see his prospects fight people that are not signed to him.
Exactly. That's it's not like the win-lose. It's about you're not in-house.
You're not in-house. I'm not taking you losing your belt and that belt going elsewhere.
I've got 60% of the boxers. I've got 60% of the current world-class boxers in my camp. Why do you have to go anywhere else?
That's what he's
saying. Yeah. But it hurts the sport, especially when you got a fighter that's willing to take the risk and fight the fight, and now you can't do it. But the thing that shocked me as well in that thing, because we talking about Oscar, was Oscar's interview, which I saw on Fight Hype. Oscar looks sad. We're not in the Santa Cruz business anymore. And it's kind of to laugh off and try to put like that jovial smile one. But he's a lost man. I'm not in bad. In all honesty, he's a lost promoter.
He's a lost promoter, and I'll tell you something that he's doing now. There's no more marquee name, so to speak. He's signed a lot of South Americans. Yeah. Loads of Puerto Ricans and Mexicans now. He seems to be going that way. I think he feels like that's his route because of maybe Canelo's got the pulling power for him as well.
But this is what we said previously on This Week in Boxing a few weeks ago, is that he has to get the younger talent now and develop them because all those stars are going one way.
Yeah, it's a shame. I really am not enjoying this Al Haymon boxing thing. I don't care if it's on NBC, I don't give a damn. I'm on the 50-50 side because I was critical of him at the beginning, but his cards that he's got up and coming right now, I like them. So I'm not gonna diss the cards right now, but the business side of boxing I think needs to be tweaked a little. We're not gonna diss the card, but let's remind ourselves as well. Danny Garcia and Monte Peterson now 100% confirmed as 143-pound catchweight.
Definitely.
No one loses their titles.
Sticking with Rigo, Carl Frampton says Rigo is the best. We know he's the best, but I want to fight him.
Nothing surprises me.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I like about Carl Frampton. And we've done the video recently about Carl Frampton. I said if he does beat Avalos, where does he go? And I like it. You openly admitting that guy is the best, but you openly saying, I still want to fight him.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Look, no one wants to be second best in anything, Me and Addy are very competitive people, I'm trying to say, and there's certain things we just don't even think about doing together because it's just going to be an argument. It's just going to be a disagreement, I'm trying to say, I'm faster, he's stronger, he's this, he's that. You just can never win because you've got competitive people. Fighters are competitive people. Yeah. They're not going to give someone a second shot. If you want to be the best, fight the best. Simple.
And I like that. I like what he's doing.
Yeah.
Billy Joe Saunders turns down the IBF middleweight title opportunity.
Yeah.
It's weird because I grew up assuming that as a boxer, your main aim is to win a world title. Obviously, you want money. I get that. It comes with it. Sponsorship goes up. Your payment goes up. You're turning it down. I've stuck up for Billy Joe a lot recently,
Same,
but
I put a tweet out before it was announced that he put it down, and I said that's a great move for Billy. He gets a payout for the WBO, and then also gets a shot with the IBF. Great. He gets paid for nothing and gets a world title shot sooner than expected.
Yeah.
I thought that is great. Then he turns it down. I don't know what the point of turning it down is, because let's be honest, the fight between Lee and Quillen is a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
If it goes to Quillen, forget what contract he signed for a guarantee.
fighting Billy Joe.
And that fight is not happening over here.
Yeah, and it's going to be, or it could be a situation almost similar to Durrell, where he has a voluntary, then he can wait a year.
Yeah.
If Quillen beats Lee, don't expect Lee to get in the ring. I mean, don't expect Saunders Quillen until 2017.
Exactly. And remember this as well. Al Haymon already lost one of his clients with Jermaine Taylor being stripped.
Yeah.
So that belt was vacant. They should have snapped that belt out. Someone should have snapped that belt up and have it away from Al Haymon's camp. Because now Hazin Andam's going to fight one of Al Haymon boys, most recently the likes of Danny Jacobs.
Probably.
Yeah. And now he's going to have the middleweight division on lock. Now those guys are fighting GGG no matter what money you throw at them.
I'll be honest with you, let's move on, but I'm completely gobsmacked that anyone would turn down a world title fight. Look, don't get me wrong, I understand Felix Sturm doing it. It was Felix Sturm's belt, he had it for like nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
He's done that. He wants to go at 168 and maybe fight the winner of Arthur Abraham Smith. I get that. No one else should be turning that down. I feel sorry for someone like Martin Murray.
Yeah.
Martin Murray would have grabbed that.
Yeah.
And I think he had a good chance against Martin Murray with a good fight.
Yeah. And that was a decent fight.
That was a very good fight.
I reckon it's from a promotional standpoint and from Billy Joe's standpoint, I think it's a bad move.
Very bad move.
Yeah. We were talking about Quillen Lee, just to be confirmed that it's on the undercard of Garcia Peterson. Yeah. That proves my point that you ain't getting nowhere close to that big paycheck.
Yeah. For him to be on the undercard fight,
and it's a world title shot. Yeah. Proves my point. Yeah. Quillen's a clown.
Yeah, we're going to move on because we destroyed Quillen for gotten. Derek Matthews, very disappointing. Obviously, Abril not fighting. It's not just a disappointment for Derek Matthews. It's also disappointing for everyone on that card. I mean, Paul Butler's on that card. Fighting Richard Abril would have brought American TV money as well. American TV audience. It's just a big shame that fight's not going to happen.
We were supposed to film midweek and choose to decorate and didn't get a chance to do it. So I was at home thinking about, we got from this video, and I was looking forward to the Derek Matthews video.
Honestly.
Because, there's a couple angles, which hopefully if it's rehashed and it comes back round,
I'll still do a Paul Butler one though for you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go on, what you got?
Corey Saunders.
Yeah.
You heard about Corey Saunders?
Yeah, the murder
trial went off in South Africa, and they gave the guys 30 years apiece. Thumbs up.
Honestly.
But I tell you what, there's no sentence that satisfies my lust for vengeance on this. No joke. No joke.
Evil guy.
I tell you what, to die is one thing, to get shot is one thing, but to die protecting your kids, there's not one father out here or mother that wouldn't go through all the pain in the world to protect their kids.
No, you're right.
30 years for guys in their 20s is not enough, They should give them a million years and bury them under the jail, or build a jail on top of them. Straight up.
30 years. Figueroa, Burns in play. Omar Figueroa versus Ricky Burns in play. The only thing that's stopping this, as we speak right now, is Omar Figueroa. We know after being Estrada, he said he wants to go up to 140. Ricky Burns tried 140, looked shit, to be honest. And so they're trying to argue now about 138. Figueroa says no, I want it definitely at 140. Ricky Burns said no, I want it at 135. They're trying to get 138, but that fight's a goer. They're trying to say that fight can happen in this country, April. I don't like that fight for Ricky Burns at all.
I don't want to sound bad to Ricky, become a Ricky Burns fan, but as you know from the previous 6-7 months of videos we've done, we both had comments about Ricky Burns that we think he needs a little break. I don't think this fight should be happening for Ricky Burns at all right now.
This is not a break, is it?
This is not a break. He doesn't. No, I admire him for taking risks. I am complimenting him for taking the best opportunities out there, but it's also resting your body, resting your mind, and regrouping. His regrouping means taking tough fights. That don't regroup. Know what I mean?
The only guy in this country that I'd like to fight Figueroa, probably Kevin Mitchell 135. Not anyone else. It may be Crawler when he gets back. I don't want. Figueroa's a machine for me.
Ricky Burns, when he's focused, when he's dedicated, when he's got that boxing mind on, he could pull some tricks in the ring and box beautifully. But boxing,
Figueroa's a beast.
Yeah, but boxing is a thing. I'm trying to say it's psychological as well. It's not all physical. I don't think Ricky Burns psychologically is in the game right now the way he should be. I think broken jaw, the hand as well.
Yeah,
broken jaw in the hand.
Just
losses, performances, getting dropped. It's
a lot.
It's a lot. What else have I got on there? Edison Miranda.
Yeah.
Finally surrendered.
He has surrendered.
He surrendered.
And the bond, I can't remember how much the bond was, but he has surrendered to police.
He surrendered. And then they let him go.
Well, as you do. He'll be in Colombia somewhere soon.
I like Edson Miranda, but if you do certain crimes, and you've already been on the run or didn't turn up, whatever. Even if you turn yourself in, that's not the type of guy you let go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's not. But the problem is, with where was he caught? I don't mean any disrespect. If it was in South America, and I don't mean no disrespect for this, Esmeralda is a name in there, and if they posted a bond, i.e. they're wanting money, and he posts it, you know, I mean, it's not like being caught in this country or the States, and that's not being disrespectful to.
True.
And when you're caught in those kind of countries, I can imagine a bond, a big one, he pays it, let him out.
They always say innocent until proven guilty, but you know, if someone puts a warrant out for me and I'm innocent,
and you're running away, doing an OJ,
it makes me think.
George Groves has said that fighting James DeGale in the O2 is a step back because they've done it 5 years ago.
Yeah. James,
what's up with
George Groves is a little delusional.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
You think that Carl Froch Wembley thing's got to his head?
Yeah. I'll tell you why he's delusional. He's in a manager's position, which means he gets a much lower end of the purse split.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guarantee that bid is not going to be for millions and millions of pounds. The row is not a draw.
Yeah.
The row is not a name. To the boxing fans. So when that fight goes off,
especially Anthony Durrell,
they offered Groves reportedly 120,000
for which one?
For Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's turned it down because they're trying to go to purse bids or whatever, blah blah. But that's the type of money they're offering already. Eddie Hearn on the flip side has offered him reportedly 5 million or no 3 million. They said
never that much.
They said it was 25 times the amount he was offered, or 20 times the amount it was offered.
Okay, for the Durrell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something.
My maths are not great.
Someone filmed me on
2 million or something.
Yeah, but basically it was a lot of
wow.
About 3 years. 25 times over 100,000 is 2.5 million, 2.5 million. So the problem is something along those lines. That's what they offered him, and he turned and said it's an insult. 2.5 million? You can insult me any day.
Yeah, insult me. I just feel like they need to forget that. You know, a lot of fighters recently have been talking about, I want to fight in an outdoor stadium, I want to do this, You don't always need to fight in front of 40,000. Hasn't MGM and Madison Square Garden proven this to people? Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Wembley was a fantastic thing. Yeah. But so I feel like Britain is struggling. We just need an indie arena that's just for boxing. Almost like those, to compete with America like that.
Don't get anything else. Yeah, I've got something else. Do you remember a guy called Dewey Bozella? He was a guy that went to prison for like 25 years, 26 years, came out of prison.
Had that one
fight, that was his dream, at the prison. Basically fought, I think it was an undercover Hopkins fight a few years ago. He sued, I think.
Did he fight under the undercover Hopkins fight?
It was a Hopkins fight, yeah.
Bloody, that's not bad going.
Yeah. He sued, I think it was Chad Dawson fight, I think it was.
Okay.
He sued, I think it was New York, for £25 million.
Did he win?
Nah, didn't win. Got 7.5 million settled out of court. Not bad. There's a little bit of justice.
How long was he in jail for?
I think it was 26 years.
Don't get me wrong, that's a long time. So don't get me wrong. But if you're coming out at 50, I mean 50 nowadays is like 40.
Yeah,
if you can still live, 7.5 million.
Yeah, 7.5 million. Not bad. Like, it can never replace what you lost in your life.
Of course not.
But it can make the remainder of your life a little bit more comfortable. Chances are, if he was out of prison, he would have made 7.5 million.
There you go. I was about to say that. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Again, it doesn't compensate.
It doesn't compensate at all. No.
It's a very good point you make. He could just have lived a normal life.
Yeah.
Now he's got 7.5 million to spend the rest of his 30, 40 years, whatever he's got left. And I think that's thumbs up.
Yeah, it
thumbs
is a
up.
thumbs up. Because
when they sue for 25, they know they're not getting 25.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people go to prison. Some innocent, some not innocent. But people don't. When they come out, they don't really get nothing for it. For them to actually get something out of it, even though it's a wrongful thing, that makes sense.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's an acknowledgement of wrongdoing, acknowledgement of guilt on the side of the government.
Yeah,
very rare.
Very rare. I'm going to end on this. We've talked about boxers going wrong. You mentioned Miranda. We've mentioned bloody Jermaine Taylor. Michael Casillas now arrested on drug charges in Australia. Yeah. Again, I didn't know if it was drug charges related to his own personal use, or was it kind of steroids? I'm not quite sure. I
read something, someone said something this morning, and I didn't go through it, I was just skimming through it, but basically he got pulled over, and there was something in his car, drug paraphernalia, or drug, they didn't say what it was, but he was carrying something he shouldn't have been carrying.
Honestly, I mean, boxing's such a brutal sport, and I feel like, I don't think anyone does care about it, because even promoters are getting caught doing drugs, to be honest, isn't it? But there needs to be some sort of aftercare for boxers, honestly, because it's embarrassing.
There definitely needs to be an aftercare for fighters. You know, all fighters say, all superstars say, all actors or singers say, is the limelight. It's when the glow is gone, they feel for it. That's why they're all on Celebrity Big Brother and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It's to get that limelight. There's nothing like being adored by a large fan base.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when me and you've been out, so I go, oh, you guys box talk. We're kind of like, well, that's kind of nice. It's appreciation. Imagine being adored by millions of people. Once you lose it, they crumble.
It's a shame. That's why I almost big respect to Sky Sports in the way it brings a lot of the ex-fighters back to do commentary.
Yeah.
Still keeps them about and training videos, because when these fighters go and then they have risky fights, like Michael Katsidis got beat by Tommy Coyle.
Yeah.
That's Michael bloody Katsidis. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got beat by Ricky Burns embarrassingly as well. Remember that fight? Come on, don't like it.
Boxers need to know when they start making money, where they're no longer paying day to day. They need to make sure they hire a real financial advisor, or the commission say, look, out of your purchase, we're going to take, regardless, 5% to go towards retirement or whatever I'm trying to do. They've got to do something and say, look, we've got to help these people out in general, because it's not just one. I was talking to my brother yesterday and we were talking about Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm trying to say, I was saying Sugar Ray Robinson died poor in a little apartment with nothing, the greatest fighter of all time. Bloody Joe Frazier died living in the basement of his bloody gym. And they couldn't even, Floyd Mayweather to pay for the funeral. Do you get my point? Yeah, you got great fighters. Joe Frazier. You got great fighters. Now I'm trying to say, people out there that made millions for loads of people. Tyson said he was broke up until his recent stint again coming back and do. That's what Tyson was broke. That's what I'm trying to say. He must have made nearly $1 billion. Yeah. I mean, trust me, when you start making those £500,000 paychecks, 5% ain't nothing. Yeah. When you start making those £1 million paychecks, it gets even better. Imagine if you make like a £5 million paycheck and then you have 5% out of that saved for you already. Yeah. I mean, that's a nice chunk of money to go into retirement. Yeah, I guess it comes down to promoters, managers, advisors. Everyone says those promoters are sharks. That's the problem. I guess boxers don't have no faith in them. Because boxing has no universal commission. So I say this is stuff we've talked about previously. UFC type thing. There's nothing that regulates boxing. Yeah, we could go out tomorrow right now, get a promoter's license, apply for it, get it, and start promoting shows without anything. Yeah, all you could do is provide that you got a doctor and a medical physician and bloody a cut man. You get the basic essentials, and you could put a fight on. Yeah, sure. I mean. There's a lot of guys fighting for free in Hackney and Stratford. We might just get him in the ring, but make sure they weigh the right amounts and get him in. Exactly. I mean, unless you fight at the highest level, there's no 30-day weight cuts or 7-day weight check-ins or whatever check-in. It's just fight for fight. Very quickly, you don't want to mention it, do you? Oh no, I do want to mention it. A few weeks ago, when we talked about... I was talking about Pacquiao Mayweather. Oh, I didn't talk about Pacquiao Mayweather. It's going to happen, May 2nd. It's going to happen. You said it wasn't going to happen. It's going to happen. September. May 2nd, that's going to happen. September. Anyway, come on, let's move on to... a few weeks ago... Henry? A few weeks ago, there was... we were talking about the Frampton and Tyson Fury card, and I said that Frank Warren had his card first. My apologies, I was wrong. Frampton had his card first. It was actually announced the week before Christmas. Yeah. Obviously, through the Christmas drinking and partying, I didn't see that. So when I said that they were wrong, I was wrong. Apologies. We tried to give out the best information on Box Talk. If we make an error, we stand up to it. Thanks to Dominic, who gave me a shout on that and sent me an email to let me know that, get my facts on up to date. He did. And that wasn't a joke email. That was quite a long ass email. That was a long ass email. But I appreciate it. Much appreciated. So there you go. That's it. That's this week in boxing. We actually started this video thinking we didn't have much. No, we didn't. That's a lot. That's quite a lot. But yeah, again, a lot can happen in a week, as you guys know, and that's this week in boxing. Don't forget to email us like Dominic has about anything related to boxing. We will get back to you. At boxtalk@hotmail.co.uk, on Instagram at boxtalk_1, and on Twitter at boxtalkuk. There you go, guys. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks to our new subscribers. Loads more videos coming. Cheers. Thank you.